Hello Dragons, and welcome to the December edition of Inside the Dragons. In this edition you're going to find valuable information regarding our upcoming millage elections on February 27th, 2024. There are 2 millage elections. Plenty of information is available online. Also, Carpenter students have been working hard to create yet another successful market day. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson visited Lake Orion Community Schools. We look forward to sharing you that. Also, Pine Tree Center was a very busy place in the month of December. They had holiday celebrations, and they also had the Lions Club holiday party. Holiday music has been ongoing at all of the schools, including the Winter Wonderland concert, and we look forward to sharing that with you as well. Hello, Dragon families. Lake Orion Community Schools has 2 replacement millages on the February 27th, 2024 ballot. Voter approval of both replacement millages will keep tax rates at their current levels. The first proposal is a non-homestead operating replacement millage. This millage generates funds for programs and services provided by the school district. The non-homestead millage is not levied on primary residences. It is only levied on businesses, second homes, rental property, and vacant land. The millage has been supported by Lake Orion voters since 1994. The state of Michigan requires this millage for Lake Orion to receive full student funding, which is our foundation allowance. The second proposal is a sinking fund replacement millage. This millage was previously approved by the Lake Orion voters in 2016 and funds building repairs, school security, transportation, and technology. For more information on the replacement millages, please visit our website.
At Carpenter Elementary, Market Day arrived in late December after months of preparation, creativity, and planning.
So what's happening here today is basically that, so all the 5th grade and 4th grade students, right now we're doing 5th grade currently, and we all set up kind of like a business to represent what it would be like in real life. And throughout the year you earn a lot of school money, not real money, and once you set up your business, many people do many different things. Like I got a candle from somebody. I'm doing a skee ball machine for a prize. So basically, you give us some fake money, and and then all the teachers see who made the most profit in total. So how you get money is basically a couple of different things. So what you could do, number 1, is how good you behave in class. Like, let's say there's a substitute in class. The teacher might give you guys an extra $10 bonus for everybody. Every single day, you earn a certain amount of money as well. I've seen some slime businesses, lots of carnival games, and many different things.
Like we make our posters, and then we get to make our stuff. We can do it at home or school. So we can make our products anywhere, really. What I did 3D printed stuff, so I just do it at my house and I sell them here. So there's like ornaments, and there's like carnival games.
The students' pride was immense as they sought to connect with their Carpenter classmates who visited with money to purchase an item or experience. The market was open to their fellow students at a designated time as the 4th graders bought from the 5th graders, and they then flipped later in the afternoon, as well as staff members.
Me and my mom just kind of had this idea because I make a lot of these by myself at my house. And it's actually really simple to make them. You just have to buy the perler beads and you put them on the platform and then you iron them together and they melt and stick together. It took me from the first or second week of December, and I have 78 done, and I've been selling.
I made these beaded decorations for, you could get them as a present or just for yourself. And I basically just put a bunch of beads in a cookie cutter and then heated them up for 15 minutes. And then that's how I got these decorations.
Many of the students were dedicated. They gave up their time after school on the weekends or at recess to work on their advertising or make the products. One of our students made 70 perler bead tic-tac-toe boards during the month of December to sell today. Other students made crafts out of wood with their parents. Some of them made slime. Some of them actually made their own games, like a skee ball game, snowball game. It's great for them to use their creativity for this and learn about economics and how to run a business, real life skills.
Just before the holiday break, State of Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson came to Lake Orion to speak to students and help them understand the voting process. Benson and her team began at Lake Orion High School with the government classes, educating them on her role.
But first, this is a little bit about my job. So as the Secretary of State of Michigan, I am the third in line to the governor. So it goes governor, lieutenant governor, and then Secretary of State, which means when the governor and lieutenant governor are out of state, I am the acting governor, and I get to sign legislation, which I did a few weeks ago, which is fun. I also could deploy troops if I wanted to, but or fire people, but I don't do either of those things because I'm just a ministerial role while the governor and LG are out of town. But in addition to that, I have two major roles in the state. I oversee all of our elections, and I oversee everything that drives. So if you have a driver's license, you've got it at my office. I often joke with my son that no one gets to drive unless I say so, which is technically true, but obviously there's also a lot of rules in place to make sure that it goes, it's not discretionary. If you pass the test, you get to drive.
With the students becoming registered voters in the next few years, she showed them the process of who can register and how to vote.
I oversee the process that makes sure the law is followed so that everyone who is eligible to vote is able to vote. And in Michigan, if you're a citizen, if you're a resident for at least 30 days, if you're 17 and a half and not currently in prison serving a sentence, you can vote. And my job is really to make sure that everyone who qualifies to vote has everything they need, not just to register, but get their ballot and return their ballot and weigh in on important issues from who the mayor is. In Michigan, there are 3 ways to get your ballot. You can choose to vote from home and have your ballot mailed to you at any point, like 2 months before Election Day, essentially. 40 month and a half before Election Day, 6 weeks before Election Day. So starting in September for the November election, you can have a ballot mailed to you. Or you could show up at an early voting site and get your ballot right there. Or you could vote in person on Election Day. And then you also have multiple ways to return your ballot, which is the next step of voting. So if you get your ballot sent to you, you can return it to your clerk through the mail at a local drop box in your community or in person at your clerk's office or even on Election Day. You just have to make sure it is in by 8 o'clock on Election Day in order to count. If you want to vote early, you return your ballot right there, right after you vote. And if you vote in person on Election Day, same thing. You just get your ballot and put it in the machine and get your little I voted sticker.
Following the explanation, Benson helped the students understand the process with a simulation where they experienced the different steps. Poll workers were chosen, a voting topic, which was what was the best holiday food for these dragons, and then the process began.
Election Day voters, go ahead and fill out your ballot. And when you've done filling out your ballot, pass it to the end of your row, and a poll worker will come by and pick it up for you.
We need 2 volunteers to be elected, 4 volunteers to be the Secretary of State and the clerk to keep us informed. Come on up, Secretary of State and clerk. All right, so the counting process is going on. Now here's the thing. Once the polls close, I'm going to let you in on a secret. The most stressful time of the election is not what we just witnessed of the chaos of voting. It's actually after the polls close when the counting is happening. Because 2 things are going on. One, I'm the media. Tell me who won. Do we know who won?
Not yet.
Why don't we know yet? The polls closed. How long does it take you to count? Why is it taking so long? Are you really counting them? Are you counting them correctly? Are you stuffing the ballot envelopes? Okay, I have a lot of suspicions here. So that's all happening, right? I mean, it's like, why is it taking the polls closed? Why can't you tell me who won? And tell me, office, sometimes we'd see as low as 38% people voting period in an election. Now we're typically over 60%, sometimes close to 80% in a presidential election. And that's in part because of the new laws that I went through. The other thing we've done is we've recruited tens of thousands of people to be election workers. And I'm serious, if any of you are interested in working in any election, you get paid, it's a lot of fun, you get to actually see the process up close. And count the ballots while these observers are looking over you, which is lots of fun. You can sign up at michigan.gov/democracy-MVP, and Sarah here you'll go through a training and you'll be placed. Tell us who won. Clerk, did you take a break and sleep? What's been going on?
I haven't slept ever since it started.
You haven't slept all night?
It's been great. Yeah,
really?
It was really fun.
So you're telling me that these folks stayed up all through the night because now it's 3 a.m. and you're telling us the results?
Yeah.
Wow, so really you were counting from the minute the polls closed until now?
Yep, every day.
Well,
since now.
Observers, do you have any comments to make about the process?
No funny business happened.
No funny business happened. Great, thank you for telling us the truth.
There was the honey baked ham. Oh yeah.
So interesting. Were there any so Secretary, tell us the results of the election.
So the results, mac and cheese won with 50 votes and ham at 22.
Wow.
Later in the day, she visited Oakview and followed a similar process with the 8th grade students, allowing them to understand what happens in an election and conduct their own election. Overall, it was a day of education from the top of the state government about the political process. December is always a special time at Pine Tree Center. The students have many activities that connects them to the community and allow them to expand their education. The first event is the annual Lions Club Holiday Party, where the Lake Orion Lions Club members visit Pine Tree and provide a McDonald's lunch for the students and then offer presents from Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the Grinch. The opportunity for the students to be appreciated rings throughout the year, and the Lions Club volunteers feel similar passion being able to support the students. The second exciting opportunity arrives when the students are able to assist with the Lions Club packing for the holiday food drive. Schools across Lake Orion hold food drives over the month of December, and all of those items are brought to the CIRC to be sorted and packaged for members of the community in need. Volunteers from across Orion spend a day packing, and the Phases students were able to help sort and pack for another year. The third opportunity for the Pine Tree students was an educational lesson. The classes moved from station to station around the school, learning at each stop about the cultural holidays around the world. They learned how they are celebrated in different areas, and they tasted foods from each one. The stops included holiday celebrations from Italy, China, Israel, Mexico, and Latin America, as well as the holidays of Kwanzaa, Ramadan, and Christmas in the United States. December is always busy at Pine Tree Center, but very enjoyable. Throughout December, the LOCS students participate in and enjoy various types of music. The Lake Orion High School Winter Wonderland concert for the community is always a signature event with the band, orchestra, and choir, all sharing holiday favorites.
Stay
Walden Middle School teams was treated to a private sing-along from their talented social studies teacher, Mr. Ricecamp.
But the fire is so delightful, since we've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. Since the ice went down low, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out the door. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Good job.
Thank you for watching, and go Dragons!
Inside the Dragons is produced by the Lake Orion Community Schools in partnership with Orion Neighborhood Television. For up-to-date news and information about the Lake Orion Schools, visit our website at lakeorionschools.org and watch us on Comcast Educational Access Channel 22 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99.